Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
49er ball carrier.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
At the 4-yard line.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Here's Mostert, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Touchdown.
Raheem Mostert on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard again.
Tyler Lockett. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, 1 play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, 1 play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
On the return, the Niners take over 1st and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but that's adopted in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now Kaepernick throwing on 2nd down. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel, 92 yards. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score Niners 28, Seahawks 7.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
57. Look out right there. All day, dog. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Let's go, defense.
To throw again. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to... He's got the lane, and there he goes.
All you got to do is
touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. You talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. This has got to be right up there. His 4th touchdown run of the game and another long one to boot.
And I don't need to ask for a witness because you're right here with me. We are watching this, and we're watching such a performance that is demoralizing for anyone on defense. You know, it starts out, coaches screaming, tackle him, get him. And after that last touchdown, I'll bet it's pure silence on that side of the ball.
Set on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Dancing to his left. And an incomplete pass.
Wilson.
That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line.
At their own 41-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Right there. 54 Mike. Bandit. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Alert. Hey, watch out.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's third down.
On the coverage.
54. You better be afraid of me. Alert. You better be afraid of me. There. 3.
Now Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Watch a slant. Monday.
So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So from the 36 now, first and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 48. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 34-yard line.
They run again with Carson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 15 yards on the play, first down. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. The tackle by Eric Armstead. The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
Brings up second and 7.
57. Mike, 57. All day. 57.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
March 54. 54. Let's go.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 16-yard line.
From the gun, it's Wilson. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here, and just load up for it and see what happens.
A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run with Carson. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's third and goal.
Run it. Sponge.
They'll look to run with Evans. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down.
Check. Watch 54.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. And the lead is down to 24.
It's the score, Niners 38, Seahawks 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken about 7 yards deep. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Once again, it's Mostert. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Mostert. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. Lets this go for Renfro downfield. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Hunter Renfro is the man he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. This is Mostert. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Niners on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd down and 12. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. 20! And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, an even 90 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. So from back deep in their home territory, all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
3rd down.
Now Mostert. And some space here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First down, San Francisco.
Now a play fake. Kaepernick hit, fumble. He lost the football, and the Seahawks have recovered. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Seahawks.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson going for Metcalf, and this is caught inside the 5. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got the 2-score lead. It looked though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the fourth, they got to be careful.
Well, they definitely do, because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. And Chris Carson, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
It's second down and 10.
Touch 50. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Run left. Hey, here I come. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Ready?
Throwing again. Wilson. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards on the play. First down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Got it. Mike 54. Let's go deep, tighten up.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
For another Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Check. Watch 54.
Here's Wilson. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
At the 24-yard line.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Watch the slant. Mike 5-4. And that can reach traps.
Wilson to throw. Left side, it's Dorsett. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
I'm coming after you. 54 is Mike.
Throwing now is Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 14. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Robbie Gould lining up for the point after.
And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown.
Makes the score
Door
9-7.
closed, locked, reinforced.
Gould able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Rashad Penny on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
14. 57. Mike, 57.
To throw again. Wilson. Over the middle, Dorsett. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
Seattle Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep down. And that's caught at the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett with with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Makes the score Niners 45.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And it's the 49ers who recover it, and that ought to just about do it. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Here's Mostert, toss left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Today's final score.
Now, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on all.